Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Miguel back again with another video, and a very interesting one today because the phone that I have today is actually a special edition. This is from Infinix. Infinix is actually known to kind of bring us those special edition phones, and this is no different. We have the Infinix Hot 40 series phone, but this is actually made in collaboration with Free Fire. And the franchise, which is a Singapore-based franchise, which is called Garena, they actually partner with them to give us this sort of experience. But I should mention that regardless of this huge box, the phone itself is actually not really different. So we are still getting the same Hot 40 Pro that you would get if you were to buy a Hot 40 Pro. And there's really no design elements to it that are made in collaboration, or that would show that this is made in collaboration with Free Fire. So I kind of found that a little bit funny. The only thing that you're getting with this is actually the unboxing experience, because there's a lot of things that are included in here that are from Free Fire. So you kind of get a care package from them. So this is more of an unboxing experience than actually a phone that's been collaborated with Free Fire itself. So let's go ahead and unbox it and see what we have here, because this is going to take a little bit of time. So right on top we have the SIM ejector pin, which is a very unique one because you have one of the characters engraved into it or kind of cut out into it. Apart from that, we have some stickers, we have a welcome letter, we have a scratch card, and then we also have the tray ejector pin, which I just showed you guys. Looking into this, we have the exact details that I just went over, but I'll go ahead and show you guys. So we have the stickers up front, and these are the different characters that you get with this game. We also have this sort of a welcome letter, or a little bit of a note from Infinix that shows us or tells us about the phone. We also have a scratch card, which I actually already scratched out, so I'm going to go ahead and hide that. But this actually gives you a little bit of an exclusive game gear. So if you have downloaded this game, you can actually put in this code and you'll get a few new features. Now, looking at the box itself, we have a couple of things here, including the phone itself. So again, you have the same branding from Free Fire. You have some of the characters. Here we see that we have 256 gigs of internal storage, and then we have 16 gigs of RAM. In reality, we actually have 8 gigs of RAM, but this can actually add 8 more gigs of RAM if you want to. The color that we have is the same Horizon Gold that you would get out of the Infinix Hot 40 edition if you were to buy the regular one. I'll go ahead over some of the details, but I'll go ahead and also unbox the rest that we have over here. So this looks like it's a phone lanyard. It's a lanyard. So basically you can actually put this on your phone, and if you want to keep it over here. And then we also have the phone cooling fan, which doesn't really make sense a lot because this phone is not performance based, but nevertheless you still get that. I'm going to go ahead and try and activate and show you guys if this works. Yeah, so we have this fan that then it's an RGB based fan, so it kind of changes color. It's there's no noise at all whatsoever, so I kind of like that. But I don't see the sense of it because this phone is, oh wow, that's really cold. Whoa, that's actually very cold. So it does help, but again, this phone is not really known to overheat. I wouldn't expect this phone to kind of, go into thermal throttling where you would actually need a dedicated cooling fan, but nevertheless, I mean, it's part of the experience, so I'm not complaining. Now, looking at the actual phone, we have Helio G88, which is a 12 nanometer chipset. We'll talk about the numbers in a little bit. Let's go ahead and unbox this. So one thing that I did notice is that we have the X Boost gaming engine, which is a software that has been developed into this phone so that it can go into that gaming mode, just like a lot of gaming phones actually have. And again, I should clarify, this is not a gaming phone. And I actually don't know, I didn't clarify this, but I don't know whether this is only included in the versions that are, the Free Fire based phones that come with this, or if this is just a regular option or a feature that comes with the Infinix Hot 40. If we look at some of the specs that we have a 33 watt fast charger, we have a 5000 milliampere battery, so that's nice. We have a 50 megapixel triple camera, and then we have a 32 megapixel selfie camera. And then we also have 90 hertz, a full HD display with a magic ring. The magic ring concept is almost the same as the iPhone's dynamic island. So it's not exactly that, but it kind of gives you the same look and feel of it. We also have the warranty card here, which I'm not going to disclose because it has some information. And then we also have a silicone case, which is a blacked out silicone case. So this is actually the silicone case that you get with the phone for the Free Fire version is actually, you know, a little bit different. So you do get a little bit of a Free Fire branding, and then regular charger, which is 30 watts, and then obviously the USB-A to USB-C cable. Taking a look at the phone itself, we have the Horizon Gold color, and then we have a pretty big camera setup on the back. We have a main 50 megapixel camera, and then we also have a 2 megapixel camera, which is the macro camera. And then we also have an auxiliary lens, which is based on 0.8 megapixels. For the design, this phone is made up of plastic. It has a plastic back and a plastic design, although it is a shiny plastic, so it kind of mimics stainless steel, but it does not feel like stainless steel at all. And the back is also made up of plastic, although they have kind of mimicked frosted glass, but you can't tell that's plastic. But the good thing obviously is that you don't get any sort of fingerprints with it. We have the button placement on this side. The power button is actually integrated with a fingerprint sensor. We have one of the speakers on top. We have another speaker down here. We have the USB-C cable. We have the 3.5 millimeter audio jack, although I would have liked to see an inclusion of a headphones that would be collaborated with Free Fire, so that would have been actually nice to see. On this side we have the SIM tray, and this will support 2 SIMs, but it also supports a micro SD card of up to 1 terabyte, so you can expand it even though we have 256 as default. Looking at the display, what you're gonna get immediately is different wallpapers from Free Fire. So when you lock it up, it's gonna change into a different display and wallpapers, which is very unique. I'm now starting to think that this phone or the phone that specifically comes with the Free Fire package has some sort of tweaking or some sort of details into it, and I think that this phone or the phone that comes with the Free Fire package does have the X-Boost gaming software, which comes specifically for these phones. So I doubt that the regular ones will actually have that, which I think it's nice to see, because I was kind of upset that this phone really didn't have any features which were specific to the game. At least from a design point of view, we don't, but on the software side, we do have a little bit of. Talking about the display, we have a 6.7-inch LCD IPS display, which is a little bit underwhelming. This phone is not really too expensive, so you can actually kind of expect that. And this does have 90 hertz of refresh rate, which is nice to see. I should mention that the Pro model, which has 120 hertz, also has an LCD display. So I thought that was weird. I don't remember ever seeing an LCD display that has 120. Looking at the performance side of things, this comes with MediaTek's G88 chipset, which is based on a 12 nanometer platform. When we looked at Antutu, then this had 263,000 points, which again is not really that high either. So it's not really going to blow you away. This phone is not really made for performance. So I kind of don't understand the aspect when it comes to having a specific game kind of launch this. So it would have made sense if this was a dedicated gaming phone, or if this had the performance to kind of, you know, play games that are a little bit heavy. But it kind of confuses me. And if we look at the battery, then we also have a 5,000 milliampere battery that comes standard. That's standard across all phones nowadays. And we do have a 33-watt fast charger that comes inside the box. And Infinix advertises this to charge from 0 to 75% in about 35 minutes, which is not too bad. If we look at the camera side of things, then the camera is just okay. I mean, it's a 50 megapixel camera, so you really can't expect too much of it. But I found it to have a little bit of grain, and there's a little bit of overexposure to it. It's not a bad camera, so you can kind of use it for social media. The good thing about this is that this will record in 1440 at 30 FPS. And when it comes to the selfie camera, we have a 32 megapixel selfie camera, which is also pretty decent, I should say. It's actually better than other phones that I've seen in this category. Now, price-wise, this phone is, as I said, is pretty cheap. This is kind of like a budget phone, so you're not really gonna expect too much out of this. This costs around $140 to $150, so, and I think that's good for a phone that has 8 gigs of RAM, and specifically if you're getting all these details, even though they're not really gonna change how this phone functions, but it's a little bit of a, you know, better experience. So if you do want to get this, you can get this for around $150 depending on where you are located. This is not going to be available in every country. And if we convert that into dirhams, then that's just around 500 dirhams. So it's a very cheap phone, a very budget-friendly phone, not really performance-based, but it is collaborated with Free Fire. So yeah, guys, that was a quick review about the Infinix Hot 40. Collaborated with Free Fire. Let me know what your thoughts are about this phone. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.